Hey everyone, ready to dive into some serious mind-bending stuff.
Always.
Today, we're exploring AI in 2041.
The future.
Exactly. Using excerpts from AI 2041, 10 Visions for Our Future. It's by Kai-Fu Lee.
Oh, wow. The AI expert.
Yeah, a leading AI expert, and Chen Qifan.
The science fiction writer.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you might be thinking, AI and science fiction.
An interesting combo.
What's that all about?
Well, this book, it isn't your typical tech prediction list.
What is it then?
It uses fictional stories, really brings to life how AI could reshape our lives in
Yeah.
the next 2 decades.
Exactly, like a sneak peek into the future.
A glimpse.
And trust me, it's a wild ride.
I bet.
But whether you're a tech whiz or just curious about what's coming next,
Yeah.
this deep dive has something for you.
Awesome.
We're talking personalized AI tutors,
Interesting.
hyper-realistic deepfakes, self-driving cars navigating our cities,
Wow.
and even a world where jobs become, wait for it,
Okay.
optional.
Whoa.
You ready to jump in?
I am. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So the book starts by highlighting these incredible advancements in computing power
Okay.
that are really driving this whole AI revolution,
Right.
particularly in deep learning.
That's a big one.
Yeah, Lee points out that compared to, just 40 years ago,
Oh, wow.
computing power for AI has increased by a factor of 1 trillion.
A trillion.
That's unbelievable.
To put that in perspective, it's like the difference between a snail
Okay,
and a supersonic jet.
wow, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
This exponential growth.
Yeah.
It's fueling the rapid progress we're seeing in deep learning. Think of it like a brain with layers of interconnected neurons,
Okay.
learning from massive, massive amounts of data.
Okay. So like how AlphaGo,
Yes,
that AI that beat the world champion Go player,
the Go player, yeah.
learned by analyzing millions of games.
Exactly. But there's a catch.
Uh-oh.
While deep learning can be incredibly powerful,
Yeah.
it also raises concerns about potential biases. So, if the data used to train an AI system is biased,
Yeah.
the AI itself will inherit those biases.
Precisely. For example, an AI system used for loan approvals, let's say,
Okay.
if it's trained on biased data,
Yeah.
it could unfairly discriminate against certain groups of people.
Okay, that's a bit unsettling. But let's move on to something even wilder. Deepfakes.
Ooh, deep fake.
I mean, we've all seen those videos online where it looks like someone's face has been swapped onto another person's body.
Yeah.
But this book takes it to a whole new level.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The story, God's Behind the Masks, takes us deep into the world of deepfakes.
Okay.
In the story, a character even uses deepfakes
Okay.
to manipulate elections. But how do they even make these deepfakes?
That's a good question. So the technology behind deepfakes is called generative adversarial networks, or GANs for short.
Fans.
Yeah. Imagine 2 AI systems constantly battling it out.
Okay.
One's trying to create perfect fakes, the other's trying to detect them.
So they're fighting each other.
Yeah, and this back and forth pushes both systems to
Uh-huh.
become more and more sophisticated.
So it's like an AI arms race,
Exactly.
constantly pushing the boundaries
Teaching those boundaries.
of what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But then, how do we even know what's real anymore?
That is the question. And the book suggests that in 2041, these deep fakes
Okay.
might be so advanced, so good, that they can slip past even the most sophisticated detectors.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. That's both fascinating and terrifying at the same time.
it is, isn't it?
Speaking of security, the book also dives into the vulnerabilities of AI systems themselves.
Yeah, interesting.
And it highlights how even seemingly small things can have big consequences.
Small things, big consequences.
Like, in one example, strategically placed stickers on a road
Oh, wow.
could fool a Tesla's autopilot system into swerving dangerously. Yeah, and imagine camouflage tanks, like military tanks,
Right.
being misidentified by AI as harmless ambulances.
That's a problem.
It really makes you think about the potential consequences
Yeah.
if these systems are tricked
Right.
or hacked.
Yes.
Okay, let's shift gears to something a little less intense,
Okay.
but equally impactful. Education.
Education, yeah.
The story, Twin Sparrows, paints a fascinating picture of a future where personalized AI tutors
Okay.
become the norm.
Interesting.
So imagine having an AI tutor available 24/7,
Wow.
adapting to your unique learning style and pace.
That's incredible.
The story follows twin brothers,
Okay.
one who thrives with a fun, gamified tutor, and another who connects with a more abstract,
Okay.
evolving AI.
Interesting.
It really highlights how AI could personalize education and make it accessible to anyone, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's credible. Think about students in rural communities or those who struggle with traditional learning environments.
Right.
This could be a game changer for them.
Absolutely. And it also raises questions about how we design these AI tutors to
Yeah.
truly engage different types of learners and what role human teachers
Yeah.
will play in this future of education.
Now, for a story that hits close to home, especially after our experiences with the recent pandemic,
Oh, yeah.
contactless love.
Contactless love. Okay.
This story takes place in a world where fear of a deadly pandemic.
Okay.
It's called COVID R41.
Another COVID. Oh, no.
It leads to even greater reliance on robots and virtual interactions.
I see.
It's like those trends we saw during the pandemic, working from home,
Yeah.
online entertainment, contactless delivery.
Right.
But taken to the extreme, it's almost like a glimpse into a future
Yeah.
where human contact becomes a rarity.
Interesting.
The main character in the story, Chen Nan, lives a completely contactless life,
Wow.
relying on robots for every need,
Oh, wow.
even companionship.
That's a bit bleak.
It is a bit bleak,
Yeah.
but it does make you wonder how these trends might accelerate the development of even more advanced AI and robotics.
Absolutely. I mean, we're already seeing robots used in healthcare, delivery services,
Yeah.
and even as companions for the elderly. This story just amplifies those trends, forces us to confront the potential social and psychological implications.
Okay, now let's dive into a topic that always gets people talking: self-driving cars.
Always a hot topic.
The story, The Holy Driver, it's set in Sri Lanka,
Ah, okay.
a country transformed by autonomous vehicle technology.
Cool.
But as with any technological advancement,
Right.
there are economic and ethical challenges that come along with it.
Of course. Yeah.
The story breaks down the different levels of autonomy in vehicles,
Okay.
from basic driver assistance features
Yeah.
to fully driverless cars,
Yeah.
known as Level 5 autonomy.
Okay. Level 5.
And while the potential benefits are clear, increased safety,
Yeah.
reduced traffic congestion,
Of course.
greater accessibility for people who can't drive. The story also explores the ethical dilemmas that arise.
Such as.
For example, who is responsible?
Yeah.
When a self-driving car makes a mistake
Oh, yeah.
and causes an accident,
That's the question.
the programmer, the manufacturer,
Yeah.
the passenger,
Tricky.
and can these AI systems even explain their decisions
Right.
in a way that humans can understand?
Good point.
That's the challenge of explainable AI,
Explainable AI.
which the story highlights as a crucial aspect
Right.
of building trust and accountability in autonomous systems.
Makes sense.
It's clear that we need to start thinking about these ethical and legal issues
Yeah.
now, before self-driving cars
Right.
become even more widespread. Okay, are you ready to explore something truly mind-bending?
Always bring it on.
Let's talk about quantum computing.
Oh, quantum computing. That's a big one.
It is
Yeah.
the story Quantum Genocide.
Whoa. Quantum genocide.
It takes us on a wild ride into the world of this game-changing technology, showcasing both its incredible potential and its potential dangers.
Oh, wow.
The story does a fantastic job of explaining, the basic principles of quantum computing
Oh, good.
in a way that's, I think, pretty easy to grasp.
Hmm.
Essentially, it harnesses the bizarre laws
Yeah.
of quantum mechanics to perform calculations
Yeah.
exponentially faster than traditional computers,
Really?
especially for complex tasks like breaking encryption codes
I see.
or simulating complex scientific phenomena.
Wow.
So imagine a computer that can solve problems in minutes
Okay.
that would take a normal computer years, if not centuries,
Right.
to figure out.
That's incredible.
Exactly. And the story explores how quantum computers could revolutionize fields like medicine, materials science,
Oh, wow.
and even artificial intelligence itself.
Oh.
But as the title suggests,
Yeah. Quantum genocide.
there's a dark side to this powerful technology.
Oh, no.
In the story, a character uses quantum computing to create incredibly powerful and potentially uncontrollable weapons. It's a scary thought,
Yeah.
but it highlights the need
Yeah.
for responsible development and regulation
Yeah.
of this technology.
Absolutely. Quantum computing has the potential to be both incredibly beneficial and incredibly destructive.
It's true.
Yeah.
We have to be careful.
We do. It's
Yeah.
crucial that we have open conversations
We did.
about the ethical implications
Yeah.
and potential consequences.
Speaking of potential consequences, let's shift gears
Okay.
to a topic with huge social and economic implications, the future of work.
Future of work. Okay.
The story, The Job Savior, is set in a world
Okay.
where AI has become so advanced that it's displaced workers
Right.
across various sectors,
Makes sense.
from manufacturing to white-collar professions.
I see.
And the story explores the idea of universal basic income,
Yeah.
or UBI,
Yeah.
as a potential solution to mass unemployment.
Okay.
Essentially, everyone would receive a regular income,
Right.
regardless of whether they have a job. So imagine a world where work is no longer a necessity for survival,
Wow.
but rather a choice.
Okay.
It's a fascinating concept.
Yes.
But the story doesn't present it as a utopian solution.
Oh.
It also explores the potential downsides
Okay.
of a workless life.
Like what?
Like
Yeah.
what happens to our sense of purpose
Right.
and identity.
Yeah.
When work is no longer a central part of our lives, how do we structure our days?
Yeah.
Find meaning in a world of leisure?
Good questions.
These are big questions.
They are.
And the story raises a lot of thought-provoking points
Yeah.
about the psychological and social implications
Makes sense.
of a world where work is optional.
And it also makes us think about the skills and qualities that will be valuable in an AI-driven world.
Absolutely. So if robots can do all the routine tasks, what will be left for humans to do?
Right. Will we need to develop new skills, new
Mm.
ways of thinking, new ways of interacting with each other?
That's exactly the kind of question this book encourages us to think about. It's not just about predicting the future,
Right.
but about preparing for it,
Yeah.
shaping it in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
I like that. You know, it's interesting to think about how these stories, they're all interconnected in a way. We've
Right.
talked about deep fakes,
Yeah.
AI security,
Mm-hmm.
education,
Yeah.
the future of work.
Right. Right.
What ties them all together is this underlying question: what does it mean to be human in an age of intelligent machines?
Yeah, that's a great point. It's something that the book really makes you think about. If AI can do all the things that we thought were uniquely human, like creating art, writing music,
Right.
even driving cars,
Yeah.
what does that say about us?
Well, one story that really delves into that question is Isle of Happiness.
Isle of Happiness.
It takes place on an island designed by an AI called the Weaver,
Okay.
which aims to maximize human happiness.
Sounds like paradise, right? Sign me up.
Well, not quite. The story explores the complexity of happiness.
Oh,
Is it just about maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain?
I mean, I guess
Or is there something more to it?
something deeper,
Something deeper, more meaningful?
like a sense of purpose, connection, even struggle. I mean, sometimes it's the challenges we overcome that make us feel truly alive.
Exactly. And the story raises some thought-provoking questions about the role of AI in shaping our emotional experiences.
So if an AI is constantly monitoring our emotions and tailoring our environment to keep us happy, are we really in control of our own lives?
That's one of the ethical dilemmas the story explores. It makes you think about the potential trade-offs between personalized experiences
Yeah.
and individual autonomy.
On the one hand, it would be amazing to have an AI that could help us navigate the ups and downs of life, maybe even prevent us from making bad decisions.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, do we really want to give up that much control?
It's a slippery slope, and the story doesn't provide easy answers. It simply presents the dilemma and invites us to consider the implications, which is what makes it so thought-provoking.
Okay, so we've talked about AI potentially shaping our emotions, but what about our physical bodies? I mean, the possibilities are endless when you think about AI and robotics merging with human biology.
That's right. And the story, Dreaming of Plenitude, takes us to a future where those lines start to blur. It imagines a world where advances in bioengineering and AI have led to radical life extension, genetic enhancements, and even the ability to merge our minds with machines.
Whoa, hold on. Merging our minds with machines. That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right? But the story presents it in a way that feels strangely plausible.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it explores the potential benefits and challenges of this kind of transhumanist future.
So on the one hand, imagine being able to eliminate diseases, enhance our cognitive abilities, and even potentially achieve immortality. But on the other hand, what happens to our sense of identity, our humanity, when we start merging with machines?
Those are questions that philosophers and scientists are already grappling with today. And this story takes those questions to their logical and perhaps unsettling conclusions.
It's definitely a lot to wrap your head around. But that's what makes this book so fascinating. It pushes us to think beyond the immediate implications of AI and consider the long-term consequences for humanity as a whole.
Speaking of long-term consequences, one of the biggest concerns people have about AI is the potential for it to become super intelligent
Yeah.
and potentially even pose a threat to humanity.
Yeah, I've seen those movies where the robots take over the world. Is that something we should actually be worried about?
Well, the book doesn't shy away from addressing that fear.
Right.
It explores the concept of singularity, the hypothetical point in time when AI surpasses human intelligence
Okay.
and becomes capable of self-improvement at an exponential rate.
So basically, once AI becomes smarter than us, it could quickly become so much smarter that we can't even comprehend it, let alone control it.
That's the idea. And while some experts believe that singularity is inevitable, others argue that it's a highly speculative and perhaps even unlikely scenario.
Okay, so it's not like there's a giant countdown clock ticking away until the robots rise up and overthrow us?
Probably not. But the book does raise some important points about the need to carefully consider the potential risks of
Mhm.
developing increasingly powerful AI systems.
So it's not just about making AI smarter, but also about making it safer and more aligned with human values.
Exactly. We need to ensure that as AI becomes more powerful, it remains beneficial and controllable.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh.
But how do we even go about doing that? It's not like we can just program AI with a set of moral guidelines and expect it to follow them blindly.
That's true. And the book explores some of the challenges of aligning AI with human values.
Like, how do we even define human values when there's so much diversity of thought and belief in the world?
That's a great point, and it's something that ethicists and AI researchers are actively working on. One approach is to try to teach AI systems to learn human values from data.
Okay.
For example, by analyzing large data sets of text and code, AI could potentially learn to identify patterns and principles that reflect human values.
So kind of like how we learn values from our parents, teachers, and society as a whole. But instead of learning from people, AI would be learning from the vast amounts of data we generate every day.
Exactly. Of course, this approach has its limitations. The data we generate isn't always a perfect reflection of our values, and there's a risk of AI amplifying existing biases and prejudices.
So it's not a simple solution. But it's interesting to think about how AI could potentially learn to understand and even embody human values.
And it highlights the importance of having diverse teams of researchers and developers working on AI, so we can ensure that these systems are designed with a broad range of perspectives and values in mind.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the potential of AI to reshape our world in profound ways, from personalized education and self-driving cars to quantum computing and even the singularity.
But it's important to remember that the future is not predetermined. The choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow.
So what can we do to ensure that AI is used for good and that it benefits all of humanity, not just a select few?
Well, the book emphasizes the importance of education, awareness, and engagement. The more people understand about AI, its potential and its limitations, the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions about its development and use.
So it's not just about the engineers and scientists who are building these AI systems, but about all of us having a voice in shaping the future we want to create.
Exactly. And that means having open and honest conversations about the ethical, social, and economic implications of AI.
And that's what we're trying to do here today, to explore these complex issues and encourage our listeners to think critically about the role of AI in their lives and in society as a whole.
We can't just sit back and wait for the future to happen to us. We need to actively participate in shaping it.
That's a great way to put it, and I think it's something that the authors of AI 2041 would agree with wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. They've given us a glimpse into a range of possible futures, both promising and perilous. But ultimately, it's up to us to decide which path we want to take.
It's crazy, right? As we've been talking about all these different scenarios, in AI 2041,
Yeah.
AI, it's not just some abstract concept anymore.
No, not at all.
It's already woven into our lives
Yeah.
in so many ways.
So many.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah.
That's right. Think about it. You probably interact with AI dozens of times a day.
Oh, yeah.
without even realizing it.
Like when I get those eerily accurate recommendations
Oh, yeah.
on my music streaming app.
Exactly. Or those personalized ads
Oh, yeah.
that seem to know exactly what you're thinking about buying.
Like, how did they know?
Right. And then there's facial recognition for unlocking our phones, spam filters, sorting our emails,
Yeah.
navigation apps guiding us through traffic.
I use that every day.
AI is everywhere.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling how quickly it's become integrated into our daily routines.
It really is.
But it feels like we're just scratching the surface
I think so, too.
of what's possible with AI.
Absolutely. What we're seeing today is just a glimpse of what's to come.
Really?
As AI continues to evolve, it's going to have an even greater impact
Wow.
on every aspect of our lives.
And that's both exciting and a little bit intimidating, right?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
I mean, we've talked about the potential for AI to solve some of the world's biggest problems,
We have.
but we've also seen how it could create new challenges,
Yeah.
even exacerbate existing inequalities.
That's true.
Good.
So that's why it's so important to be having these conversations now,
It is.
to think critically about the implications of AI
Yeah.
and ensure that its development and deployment
Right.
are guided by human values
Right.
and a commitment to social good.
That's very important.
Yeah,
It's like we're standing at a crossroads.
I think so.
Yeah. We have the opportunity to shape the future of AI
We do.
in a way that benefits all of humanity. But it's going to require like a collective effort,
Yeah.
a commitment to collaboration
Yeah,
and a willingness to grapple with some tough questions.
it will.
I think one of the things that really resonated with me in AI 2041
Yeah.
was the emphasis on the importance of human agency.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the pace of technological change.
I agree.
It's like we're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
But the book, it reminds us that we still have choices to make,
We do.
decisions that will shape the course of AI development
Right.
and its impact on our lives.
Yeah, and that's a really empowering message.
It is.
It's not about passively accepting whatever the future throws at us.
Right.
It's about actively shaping that future, using AI as a tool to create a world that we want to live in.
Exactly. And that's where the stories in this book are so valuable.
They are.
They're not just predictions.
Yeah.
They're provocations.
Yeah.
Thought experiments.
Right.
Designed to make us think differently about the possibilities and potential pitfalls of AI.
I agree.
So instead of asking, will AI take over the world?
Yeah.
We should be asking, how can we ensure that AI empowers humanity?
Much better question.
Right.
That's a much better question.
Yeah.
And it's one that we all need to be asking ourselves,
do.
regardless of our background or profession.
I think so.
Because the future of AI, it isn't just a technical issue.
No.
It's a human issue.
It's about who we are, what we value,
Absolutely.
and what kind of world we want to create for ourselves
Yeah,
and for future generations.
that's right. And I think that's a message that everyone can relate to.
It is.
Whether you're a tech enthusiast or someone who's just starting to learn about AI,
Right.
it's about taking ownership of our future
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
using these powerful tools to build a better world for everyone.
So well said. I think this deep dive has given us a lot to think about
It has.
in terms of the specific technologies we've discussed and the broader societal implications of AI.
Absolutely. It's been a fascinating journey through the potential futures that await us.